Welcome to Creative Brews. I'm Kristen, and this is your weekly dose of creativity, where photography, design, and life come together. So, grab your favorite drink, and let's talk about what's brewing. Good morning, everybody. I am coming at you with a bit of a different episode this morning. So go ahead and grab you a coffee or tea or whatever you usually drink in the morning, because this is going to be a very exciting episode. I'm finally going to be talking about something that I have been wanting to talk about for a while now. And I've kind of been teasing here and there, kind of leaking bits and pieces here and there. But I'm sure people probably didn't really catch on to that. So I'm very pink today, as you can tell. We are channeling the pink. Although I think it's funny because I have my Halloween mug that my dad got us. And also we're accompanied by my son. So it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning, which I don't have too long of time to really talk about this. Because we have a plumber coming in. So anyways, all of that to say, cheers first off. Let's just take a little sip before I talk about it. So the thing that I haven't talked about is only because there's a lot to it, so there's a lot of layers and whatnot. So as I'm talking about this now, it's not out yet. However, I am publishing a book. I'm so excited. I mean, I really don't think I can put into words the excitement. So of course, it wouldn't be an episode if I didn't hit the mic. I think I'm gonna have to kind of switch my setup here, because it's kind of confined. Like, I kind of feel like I just have a little bit of room that I can move. But anyways, I always end up hitting my microphone because I'm always putting, the mug over here or whatever it is over here. And I have to go around this way. So I don't know. I've thought about maybe putting the microphone on a stand. That might be better, but then I'd be holding it. So I don't know. My camera's there. I don't know. The whole setup is probably going to change soon. Anyways, that's not that exciting. The exciting news is that, yes, I am publishing a book. It is going to be a quote book mainly, and then it's also going to have about 10 different, well, not about, but it does have 10 different chapters. This book is very spiritual. I guess the way that I could explain it is that I wrote this book from the heart. Okay, so this book has a lot of me in it, if that makes any sense. Like, all these quotes are from either stuff that I've been through in my life. A lot of it is that. Or to just be motivational and inspirational, some things I thought of. And so, yeah, I honestly, I don't really even know where to start. I guess I can start by saying the book's name is The Daily Divine, a book of soulful truths and everyday wisdom. That basically wraps up the book in a nutshell. So it's definitely very soulful, spiritual, motivational, inspirational. Here in a second, I don't want to spoil the book, so I'm not really going to read too much from the book. Again, it's not published yet, but I wanted to talk about this because I have been so excited while writing this and putting it together. I designed the book from cover to cover, and the spine, I designed all of it. So, of course, I'm starting to sweat. Of course, what I'll do is I'll pop up a mock-up of the book or just basically the cover. So here's the cover. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but that is the cover. I wish I could, I'm not sure. Anyways, instead of me just doing that, what I'll do is I will just pop up a little glimpse of either just the cover. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet because I don't want to reveal too much, but I want to create some excitement around all of this. So, I don't know. A lot of this book, honestly, what's funny is this book is more for me than it is for anybody else. But honestly, that's not really the truth. So I wrote it from not my point of view. I think that's wrong to say, but a lot of these quotes, because I know a lot of people are interested in, well, how do you, like my podcast episodes, how do you come up with your podcast episodes? How do you go about doing XYZ, whatever it is, like the podcast topics and stuff like that? Like, people are very interested in that. And honestly, like, this book was born, so I started this book it was early summertime, like maybe even in springtime. I think I was just thinking about it, and I wasn't sure if I was really gonna write it, and I didn't know, like, okay, well, should it just be like as simple as just a book of quotes, or should I have chapters? What is it gonna look like? What am I gonna name it? So honestly, I really just sat down and also too, like, how do you publish? Can you publish? I know there's self-publishing authors and writers out there, but how do you, like, the logistics of everything, like how do you go about doing all of this? And so that way it's legitimate, and you don't get in trouble and stuff like that. So yes, the Daily Divine, I've kind of leaked it here and there, like on my threads, which I don't really like threads whatsoever. I don't know what it is. I've tried to like it. I'm just going to come to the terms. I just don't really like threads all that much. I love Instagram. That's basically where I post a lot. Love YouTube, so I'm really active on Instagram and YouTube. I'm also really active on my website. So I'm probably going to be, changing a few things around on there, and whatnot. So, and I also have a Facebook, group page that I run. So if you're interested in joining the email list, I am going to be running an email list. I'll leave my business email only. That's my business email only down below in the show notes and the description. So that way, if you are truly interested and want a copy of my book whenever it gets published, that way you will be one of the first people to know. So what I'll do is I'll create an email list, and as soon as it gets published, obviously, I think what I'm going to do is, since, right now it's not published, it is done. I'm done writing it right now. The only thing that I need to do is go through and just make sure, because I've kind of done that, I don't know how many times, but this is going to be the final time that I go through the book again. I've been through this book. I've worked on this book. I've poured my heart and my soul into this book. It's very personal, but I'm hoping that these quotes will help someone out there. If it helps one person, that's great. You know what I mean? This book isn't for everyone, but it is for everyone. So I wanted to create something that isn't just for the entrepreneur or the solopreneur, or, I didn't want to single out or make something just for a certain group of people. I wanted to make a book that's for everybody. So, like I said, here in a second, I'll read the introduction. I'll at least give that. But I don't want to say too much because I feel like it would ruin. Now, I have shared a few quotes. Honestly, I think I've just shared maybe one or two quotes. And I think one of them I only shared on Threads. One of them I shared, I think, yesterday. By the time you all are seeing this, it will have been a week ago that I shared the quote that I'm talking about. Since I post these on Mondays. I'm filming on September 11th, so 9/11. So, yes, I think what I'll also, okay, I have a hair on my phone. So what I'll do is I'll read the very first page that this book is for. I put that this book is to the dreamers, seekers, and souls who believe in more. This book is for you. So this book is for everybody. It's not just for one type of people or group of people or whatever. So here we go. I'm going to read the introduction. And again, I hope this kind of creates some excitement. I'm super excited because so timeline wise, I am aiming to have this book published sometime in October. Not sure of the day yet. Obviously, whenever this book gets published, what I'll do is I'll probably I am going to do another episode, and hopefully I'll have my own copy. I'm so excited. And again, I guess, nobody will understand whenever you work on a passion project such as this. You just pour so much of yourself into the project, and once it's done, you're like, I can't believe it's done. Are you sure? It's a very simple book. it's not like, it's going to be nice quality, but the layout's very simple. I didn't want to overcomplicate anything. A lot of white space, nothing too crazy. Don't want people feeling anxious while reading, you know. And again, after each chapter, which there's 10 chapters, it has a journal / reflection section. So there's reflections and journal prompts. So I really wanted this book to be and become a part of your life. Like, be a part of you, make you think about things, make you feel a little uncomfortable, make you, I don't know, like, make you inspired and motivated, to change your life or to keep going or whatever. So here's the introduction. The Daily Divine is a journey of words, a collection of truths whispered from the soul and lived through real life. This book was born out of quiet moments, hard lessons, divine downloads, and daily reflections. Each quote is a seed planted in spirit, but grounded in reality. I created this book for the dreamers and the doers, the seekers and the strugglers, the ones who believe in something greater yet still feel the weight of everyday life. You'll find inspiration here, but also clarity. You'll find encouragement, but also reminders that healing and growth don't always look perfect, and that's okay. Whether you flip to a random page or read from start to finish, I hope these quotes give you a spark. Let them affirm your worth, challenge your perspective, and soften your heart and awaken your spirit. I'm getting emotional. I didn't think I would get emotional, but anyways, I'm trying to hold back the tears. This is your reminder that your journey is sacred, your healing is holy, your truth is powerful, and your life, it's spiritual, even in the mess. Welcome to the Daily Divine with love from me, Kristen. So, yeah, I'm getting emotional just because, like, I don't know. I'm getting emotional because I'm very excited. I'm very happy, but also, like I said, this book, I don't know. It's just, I'm very connected to it just because of what I've been through in my life. Like, I know how it is to struggle and to pull yourself out of dark places and stuff like that, and it only be you. So that's why I wanted to create this, is not just for the happy-go-lucky, people out there, not just for the business owners, not just for the solo entrepreneurs, not for, I also wanted to, because at the end of the day, everybody has a dark side. Everybody's been through some kind of darkness to a certain extent, That's just what makes us human. If you are someone who says they've never been through struggles or anything in their life, you might be lying. I kind of find that hard to believe. And if you've never struggled or been through something dark, that's amazing. Like, that is amazing. However, that is not me. I've been through a lot, just to put it in a nutshell. I don't know if I'll ever talk about personal things on my podcast. I don't really plan on it, just because a lot of it is that it's very personal. But this book kind of takes all the personal things and puts it out there in a very tasteful way. And so that's why I get emotional, because this book, I don't know, I just, it's a lot of me in it, like I said, and I just hope that someone out there who needs it gets it, and reads it and all of that, and really, I guess it just depends on where you're at in your journey too, so your perception, you're the observer, but it really depends on where you're at in your journey. But I think this book is really for anybody, and it doesn't matter where you're at on your journey. I think this book is truly for any and everybody. So, with all of that being said, I will be back with, just normal episodes. I do plan on doing a bonus episode for the month of September. September and August have been amazing months. I mean, this year has just been amazing. I don't have, it's just been amazing. So, with all of that being said, I plan on, of course, the book will be available on Amazon, and I do plan on getting it available through Walmart, Barnes & Noble, and Target, as well as little indie shops. So, yeah, like I said, it's not published yet, but if you are interested in getting into the early crowd, I don't know why I did that, but the early group, join the email list below. So below I'll have my email. Just send me an email, basically saying, that you're interested, and, maybe share a few words, like, where you're at on your journey. So, yeah. Like I said, with all of that being said, that's what I plan on doing. I really can't believe that I'm making this. But yeah, I hope it makes whoever is watching or listening excited. And yeah, once I get a copy of the book, maybe I'll read a few bits out of each chapter. I do also plan on maybe turning it into an Audible book, and then so that way it's more of like a, what would you call that? Kind of like a meditative thing. So yes, I'm over the moon excited. Like, I've been holding this in for so long that I'm like, oh my God, like I'm about to bust out and just shout it to the world, So, yes, again, you can see I really channeled the pink because of the cover, as you can tell on the screen. I'm going to show it on the screen instead of showing my phone, because I feel like that just showing you my phone doesn't do it justice, and you might not be able to see things. So yeah, I'll put it up on the screen, a quick snapshot or mock photo. And yes, I don't know what else to say. I'm very excited. I'm over the moon. But yes, again, all my links are below. Please share this, and again, share this with someone who needs to hear it. I can't wait for the book. Yeah, I'm just over the moon. I'm very excited. So I hope you are as well. And again, please share it, like, comment, subscribe, so that way you don't miss whenever I publish it, as well as miss any other episodes that I talk about. So yes, cheers, everybody. And again, I feel like I keep repeating myself, but my links are below. The email, my email is below if you're interested. And I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.